Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video, we're going to take a look at the new Toadscruel in the Open Great League. And this Pokemon was absolutely fantastic for me. Sorry that this video is a little bit late. I just didn't have internet for the last 5 hours. It happens. It is alright. But today we're going to take a look at Toadscruel. This Pokemon is going to have a very unique typing that only one other Pokemon has as well, which is Torterra. I don't know if there's maybe even another Pokemon that has this typing as well. It's only Torterra that I at least remember. Grass and Ground. To be fair, a typing that I feel like is kind of very close to each other, like based on the element wise, so I'm kind of interested why we don't have even more Pokemon of this typing. But we're going to have here one with an interesting moveset of Mud Slap, Seed Bomb, as well as Wrap. Wrap, of course, having the guaranteed chance of dropping the opponent's defense, which you see here already, is going to be a great move to have. And yeah, it allows us to have a lot of power against a lot of Pokemon, especially with a Mud Slap then being buffed. And with it, I was able to go way positive. I am now in the midst of 2,800, which is kind of nice. I was able to only claim, with this team here, like climb some elo with this team, which is absolutely fantastic. And so today we're going to take a look at Toadscruel, also on how to get it. It was a bit annoying to get this Pokemon this morning. I went straight away at 10 AM into my local park and was like, yeah, grasslands, that is where I'm gonna get it. Turns out a park counts as a city, apparently, and so you're not going to be able to encounter this Pokemon in parks. Usually, it's only forest areas where you can get this Pokemon. So yeah, grasslands are, I guess, forests, which is, of course, a little bit annoying, but it is what it is. It is, yeah, a bit... It was a bit difficult to get this Pokemon for me today, but it's alright. As soon as you're gonna have it, as soon as you're gonna be in a biome, by the way, you're gonna have a ton of them here. Here I misplay a lot. I sure went for the Thunder Punch way earlier, but I didn't, which is kinda unfortunate for us. We're going to have the Germnaa now up against the opponent's Annihilate, where we can take a hit, but we're still going to be in a very tough spot. Can we still come back from that? Let's find out. We're going to have the Wigglytuff up against us. We can go for the Play Rough. That is going to be alright here for us, as we're gonna get this move off. We're going to be able to hit the opponent as well with it, and we can swap out of here into our Toadscruel, where we're going to have to use a shield here against a potential Icy Wind. I do feel like I should have been able to CMP tie against them here, because, yeah, I went for a Charge Move, then swapped out, I think. But it is what it is, we can farm them down, and they have the Bastion in the back, which honestly is a very good Pokemon for me to deal with. We can go for the Wrap here to drop the opponent's defense a little bit. I can go for another one as well. Our attack is dropped as well from the Icy Wind, but we should be in a solid position. And then I saw that, honestly, the Mud Slap damage is way less than I expected. I'm gonna catch the move here, and what I found quite interesting is that the Stone Edge damage is actually way more than I expected. I was definitely thinking that I would be able to survive this one way easier, and as you see here now, with the not the debuff onto ourselves, we actually do quite some significant damage with our fast move, but it's not enough. The opponent gonna be able to win this battle. Interesting one there, good game to the opponent. We have here next the Scizor against an Elite. Again, that's a very neutral matchup. We're going to be able to try to catch a move here. Didn't work out. They go into the Credilli, and I can go for the bait here first. I am up at a Blast Burn already. A lot of people are just going to shield straight away here because they can debuff me afterwards. But even with a debuff, it doesn't really matter here, because as soon as we're going to hit that Blast Burn, we should be in a spot where we can win this battle quite easily. And with the energy advantage that I have now against the opponent, I should be kind of safe at realignment here, as I can just go for the Blast Burn straight away, knock them out. In comes Azumarill, and I can go for the Thunder Punch. Azumarill, of course, learns the move Ice Beam, which every Azumarill currently runs, so I cannot really go into my Toadscruel here. Toadscruel is better off against the Scizor. I'm going to let the move go through here. It is going to be the Ice Beam from the opponent, which is going to be single resisted here from us. And we can go ahead and go into our Azumarill against the Scizor, taking that Trailblaze and swapping out now into our Toadscruel, trying to force the shield from the opponent here with the Wrap. The opponent decides to shield this move up. That's great for us. And now we can go for our own shield and farm them down. But we have to hope the Toadscruel is still going to be enough here to win us this battle. We get a ton of damage onto us. We can go for a Seed Bomb here against the Azumarill. Now it depends on if we're going to be able to either survive a Play Rough onto our own Azumarill, which is maybe the case from this range. I think we might be able to still survive this, or we're in the CMP tie, which funnily enough we do, even though you see on the right side our stats, we have basically the lowest attack possible. So yeah, good game to the opponent. That was a nice one. We can move on to the next opponent. Next up, we're going to see here the Toadscruel against a Quagsire. The thing is here, no matter how high they want to build themselves up in terms of energy, they are never going to be able to really get to a move that really threatens us, because the best thing that they can go for is the Awkward Tail, which you just saw, which you're going to be able to survive 2 of, which is kind of cool. I would be able to one-shot them, but I'm going to go for the bait here. And honestly, this is the best Wrap user so far, I feel. Like, this Pokemon really takes advantage of the move Wrap, especially with the Mud Slap damage getting boosted from it. And so it's a fun Pokemon to run like this. Wrap is coming through again. We're going to get a ton of damage onto them. In comes the Primeape, and as we will see here, we're going to get farmed down by the opponent. We can go to our Azumarill. Azumarill can take those hits quite easily, and we can now, just take a look here at the opponent's hopping out into the Dedenne. We have for Dedenne still the shield advantage as well, so we should be kind of in an alright spot. But let's see on how things going to go here. We're going to have the Thunder Punch coming in. We can try our best to go for the full farm down. But as we will see here, we're still going to be forced to go for a shield. Parabolic Charge is coming through. And we can go ahead and shield up again. They have 1 HP there on this Pokemon. I assume they're going to swap out here soon. They cannot. So we're going to have now at least a Blast Burn stored as well. But I can go for the Thunder Punch against the Primeape. This will allow us to just, get the shield, swap out of here, and Ice Beam is going to be enough from this range, and this is going to be a good game. They have no chance of winning this one. No Rage Fist in the world is going to do enough damage here. The Ice Beam is coming through, and we can definitely win the battle. There was nothing they can do at this point, so yeah, good game to the opponent. Next up, we're going to have, again, a very amazing matchup for our Toadscruel, and this is the thing as well. The typing itself, while maybe not that great on paper, is actually really solid in the Go Battle League because of no one really expecting it. Pokemon like the opponents one there, like the Dunsparce, are actually just completely getting hard-walled. Both ground as well as rock is going to be resisted by the type that we have, which is quite unique, to be fair. So like, it is something that a lot of people don't really expect. And so here we're going to have now the Dunsparce coming back in, but we know that we're going to completely hard-wall it later on. So it is honestly like such a cool Pokemon to run here. And as you see, we're going to still get some nice damage onto them. We can just align ourselves later on, and I still have the Wrap, which is going to be a very nice combination, by the way, with the move Incinerate, because if we want to debuff something, here in this case we're not going to do it because I don't want to give them extra energy. We just do so much more damage with our fast move here. So it's a similar strategy that we already saw recently in a video as well, where we had, I think, the Steelix with Psychic Fangs and then the Wigglytuff in the back. It's kind of similar here. You have a Pokemon in the lead that can drop the opponent's defense guaranteed, and they have a Pokemon in the back that's going to be able to take advantage with that, with the insane amount of fast move pressure that we have here with the Shadow Incinerate from our Typhlosion. As you see, we're going to get the shield here as well, but again, we are going to be able to hard wall the moveset from the opponent. They cannot do anything about it. We're going to be in such a positive position there, as we have now our Toadscruel going for the Wrap. This is going to allow us to get the shield from the opponent. We do a lot of fast move pressure, while everything they're going to do here is going to be resisted, and we honestly have great bulk on the Pokemon. And funny enough, I only got 2 of those Pokemon here because I also had a lot of issues with my cell phone service today. I know I don't have internet anywhere. I only got 2 of the Pokemon here, and one had actually really good IVs. And as you see here as well, we're going to have the Annihilate against us, which is going to be alright for us. This is going to be a Rage Fist coming through. We can go for the Wrap, trying to drop the opponent here as well with this move. This is going to allow us to get the defense drop, but also we can now take advantage of this by sniping them with an Incinerate, which worked out absolutely fantastic. Marowak's moveset, let's take a look at it. Bone Club, Rock Slide, again, similar stuff as we had already with the Dunsparce. Both are going to be resisted by our Toadscruel, so I don't have to really do anything here. And it's all now down to what they have in the bag. I'm going to go for the Seed Bomb to just get the guaranteed KO against the opponent, which we will here. They still have a shield left, but they're going to keep it for the final Pokemon. I wish I waited out a little bit longer so I could keep my Toadscruel there later on as well. But the opponent is going to have now their Wigglytuff against us. We can go for the Play Rough against the opponent here. They still have a shield still. I don't know if they're going to let this move go. They decide to let the first move go here. And with that, we are going to be able to hopefully go for the full farm down. But it's going to be a close one. Swift comes in. We're going to still shield this move up. They're going to go for another Swift. Can we win this battle? Can they win the battle? And it's going to be super close. Both Pokemon red HP. I don't want to go for a charge move here. And it's going to be a tie at the end of the day. I will take this. I will definitely gladly take that. Dusknoir, a Pokemon that definitely doesn't really want to take a charge move here, so I assume that they're going to shield up our Wrap, not knowing the exact moveset that we have here, or knowing that we have Seed Bomb, which would knock them out as well from this range. We are going to be able to get the shield, and again we take advantage of this debuff with our Incinerate user, getting the opponent to the lowest level possible, like due to the deep red health. Any fast move of our team is going to knock them out straight away. In comes here an electric type, I think it was the Dedenne, was it? Was the Dedenne. It's gonna get one shot basically by the yeah, Blastman here anyway. As long as I'm going to use a shield, this thing is going to go down here straight away. So we should be in a very solid spot. No boost here should help them out in this scenario. It's too much damage against the opponent. And as we will see here next, it is going to be the Dusknoir coming back in. Let's see, it's going to be the Diggersby coming in. That's alright. They're going to try to catch the move onto the Dusknoir. That's alright by us. We can go back into our Toadscruel, force them to go for a Fire Punch here as well. Dropping some energy, and I know that Azumarill in this position has no way of losing this matchup, even if they're gonna get a debuff. Like 2 Ice Beams are going to be enough here. They have to go for 3 charge moves themselves. They're going to be energy dry going into that matchup, and as we will see here, the Ice Beam is going to now connect against the opponent. This is going to be enough to get a lot of damage onto them, and now it's just another Ice Beam. And as you see here, we're 1 fast move away. There's no way they're gonna get here to 2 Scorching Sands in time. They don't drop my attack either, and that's going to be it. Good game to the opponent. We will be able to take this one. And so you see, this team actually works out super well. I think the combination of Azumarill and Typhlosion backline, by the way, is amazing for the type of Pokemon that we have here in the lead as well. We're gonna try to catch them off guard here, and we kind of did. We kind of were able to get out the Jelson, which I do enjoy quite a bit, because I kind of don't like this Pokemon at all. I mean, I guess for our team it's kind of alright. We are going to be able to just use a shield here. This is going to be fine. It's going to be the Surf coming in. We can go for another Thunder Punch against the opponent soon. Shield is up again here. This is going to be a Surf coming in again. We can try to go for another Thunder Punch, and now we're going to have now 2 Thunder Punches stored. I can go for them back to back. I have to go for them back to back, otherwise they outspeed me. But they actually decided to let the move go, which is interesting as they go into the Jump Bluff against our Typhlosion. I go for the move that would one-shot them, and honestly, we're in a very alright spot because I still have Ice Beam, which is also going to one-shot them, so I don't really need my Typhlosion here at all. The Air Release is going to take us out. I can go into the Azumarill, I can have alignment now, but the opponent of course knows about that, and they do a perfect play here by swapping out into the Scissor onto the charge move. Of course, in a perfect ideal world, I would have decided to, yeah, most days swap out there already, but here I'm gonna be able to at least catch a move. I hope that this is working out for me. Trailblaze coming in, that's alright. We can go for the fast move pressure against the opponent, knock them out here, and we can go for the charge move here. I sure went for 1 free fast move first, just to have a little bit more energy advantage there as well, because if I get to 2 of the reps, I will be able to take out the opponent's Jump Bluff. But luckily, they decide to go for the charge move here, which they didn't need to do. And with that, I have now, 2 more fast moves to go to the Ice Beam. And this should be it for this battle as well. We should be able to get the KO here with the Azumarill, as, we are going to be able to do that. And so we can move on to the second to last battle for today. Let's see on how this next battle is going to be. The Vibe guy is coming up against us with their Regidrago. A matchup that I can play out here with the lead. It's not too bad. If the opponent messes up, we can actually win this matchup in the Zero Shields, but only if the opponent doesn't know our moveset or like our pacing correctly. They get the drop here directly onto our attack, which is kind of unfortunate because now this rep is just not doing as much damage. Same as our fast moves, which is kind of not nice, because if we don't get the debuff there, I think we actually get them close to getting KO'd there at this point. But yeah, we see here our Azumarill trying to take advantage of the situation, trying to get as much energy as possible as they swap out into the Emolga. That is alright for us. We can go for the Ice Beam here, but it's still going to be a bit of a tough one. I assume they're going to have a Scissor in the back, maybe? That could be a Pokemon that could be in the back here. But we're going to swap out here very soon into our Typhlosion after they go for a charge move, and we're just going to hope that our Typhlosion is going to be able to win it all. We see here the swap out straight into our Typhlosion. We could take a hit here, to be fair. A Discharge is not going to be enough to knock us. And I should have maybe taken a hit there as well. As now I decide to use a shield. I don't think I should have redone that. Because I don't know what they have in the back yet. They're going to have here, of course, the Regidrago coming in. I have to knock them out. They had a charge move stored at this point. But we are now shieldless. The opponent is shieldless. And it depends on what they have now as their final Pokemon. I was hoping it's going to be the Scissor. It is going to be the Skeledirge. And it's actually still alright. I would do a lot of damage here with a Blast Burn, but if I get some fast move pressure in, which I do now, a Blast Burn knocks them out. I assume they want to swap out onto the Emolga though to catch the move. That's why I go for an extra one here, and I was wrong. I do think a Blast Burn is enough from this range. Not too sure if I would have won against the Emolga anyway though. And why would we not finish it off against 2 Regidragos here? Hopefully this time around they don't get the Breaking Swipe debuff, so we can see on how different the matchup is. Breaking Swipe comes through, they get the debuff. So it's the same matchup. Again, I do think if they don't get the debuff here, we're actually in such a good spot that the opponent would be forced to... I think it's IV dependent. I think the opponent here has better IVs than the one before, but we can let the move go again. We can go into our Azumarill, we can go for the full farm down basically. they're gonna swap out again, and it's gonna be a Scissor this time around, which just gonna get annihilated by the Typhlosion. So yeah, good game there to the Scissor. We're gonna be able to shield this move up, and it could be the one Legend team that I showcased recent. Actually, it's not out yet. It's not gonna be an actual video anyway. You're gonna see what I mean with that. But it could be a Stunfisk here in the back. There's a team that got to Legend with Stunfisk, Regidrago, and the other thing here, what's called the Scissor. But they're actually running Diggersby, so different kind of ground type, kind of similar style, but actually way better for us because they don't have anything against our Azumarill. And with that, we're going to be able to win the final battle. And again, you see on how good this team actually was. I was able to climb up quite a bit with this team. And honestly, Toadscruel was not a bad Pokemon at all. And so, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully this was helpful. Leave a like if you did, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.